Sonic, dead or alive, is mine.
I am the ultimate overlord, Metal Sonic. I am the real Sonic.
Alright, so hello everyone, it's ForsakenDNB aka Yacine, and today we're going straight to the point: how to be the best Metal Sonic player. The answer is very simple: just know the basics and build upon what you learn. This is why we will immediately start with the basics. So these basics are split into parts: offense and defense. When in offense, what you want to do is to be a good combo partner. On screen I have a tier list of the best characters to hit combos with. At the bottom, characters that can't stun at all. Rouge is in C tier because of her ability to flashbang the EXE. In B tier, Tails and Silver. The reason that they aren't higher on the list is because Tails' arm cannon has delay, and because Silver's orb, despite having a pretty short cooldown, is still a projectile weapon that requires Silver to be pretty close to hit just for a mediocre amount of stun time. In A tier we have Knuckles and Blaze. Knuckles is self-explanatory. His punch is always and always has been a reliable stun. And as for Blaze, she is better off as a combo finisher because of the delay in her abilities. At the top of our list we have Amy and Shadow. They both have very high combo potential. Amy is the most versatile stunner in the game, and she pairs real well with Metal. And as for Shadow, he might be less versatile, but he still hits very, very hard. Next, second part for the basics is defense. Defense is where you're going to be the most important to your team. To be the most efficient Metal player, you need to set your priorities straight. So on screen I have another tier list, this time of the survivors that you want to protect at all costs. At the bottom we have Shadow, because he can very easily escape any EXEs, though keep an eye on him in the player list for when he's on cooldown, because this is when he's vulnerable. Next up we have Amy, Knuckles and Blaze. They are very capable characters, especially Amy, but they become pretty vulnerable when they're on cooldown. These you want to keep an eye on all the time: Rouge, Silver and Tails. They are squishy and vulnerable characters, but still have the ability to get the EXE away. Unless it's a Tails duel against the Tails, because your main priorities will be Eggman, Sally and most importantly Cream. They are the ones that need you the most. Sally not as much, because she can shield herself, but Eggman and Cream cannot stun at all. Cream especially is very vulnerable, and it is your job to protect her whenever you can. If she's healing, body block her. If she's getting chased, go in and push that EXE away, but we'll go in further details later on. Never forget that you're a character that is meant to die for others. Take hits instead of them when you can allow yourself to. Metal comes with two abilities, the grapple and the push. These abilities work extremely well with each other, and you can very easily hit one after the other. However, you need to know how to properly use these. The grapple has the shortest cooldown of the two, and so will be the one you'll be using the most. It has a short-medium range and allows you to force the EXE to you. It can be used in a lot of different situations. You can use it to make the EXE fall from a platform, to save a survivor, to combo, and to give yourself something called invincibility frames, but more on that later. The push ability is your most important one, as you get to decide where you want the EXE to be. If you want him near the stunners to chain stuns, or away from the team in order to win them time. This is when your game vision will come in handy, analyze the situation and act accordingly. The strategy and game knowledge that applies for one specific character against another specific character. This is the part of the video where you learn how to deal with the 3 EXEs currently available in the game. Those being Sonic.EXE, Colossus, and the one and only, the master of game running and unbalanced Tails doll. So let's get right into it. Small.EXE is the glass cannon of the game. He hits fast and he hits hard, and he's hard to get rid of. To counter him as metal, wait for him to be distracted by a stunner, as this is when he's the easiest to push. Your objective is going to keep him away from the supports, since he can easily tear through their HP. Juking a talented EXE is hard, and it's because he's the only character with an attack cooldown that isn't very easy to predict, since he can hold his attacks to land hits easier. Know that they are most likely to release their attack when they are close to you, so jump at this time. You can also use your grapple to throw off their timing and give yourself sweet invincibility frames. This EXE is all about hitting fast, so keep him away from squishing vulnerable survivors. Colossus is your main counter. His kit is built to tear you apart whenever you aren't able to get him away. He hits hard, can kill you in a single attack if you're alone, and can counter one of your 2 abilities. Your objective against Colossus is going to be working with your team whenever you can, group up with survivors to make Colossus less effective. You can also juke him rather easily if you know his attack cooldown, though be careful, he can get you down to 20 HP in 2 hits, meaning you can die to a charge. Tails Doll is not balanced, but you can slow his progress. If you see a Tails Doll using their 3 IQ to focus down a cream, go for a push and force Tails in the middle of your stunners. If they are decent, they will know how to combo. If you are very good with your grapple, use it on Tails Doll whenever he flies to ruin his momentum and force him into a combo. Else, use basic knowledge, juke and use your grapple to give yourself invincibility frames. This part will be pretty short, but very important for male players that want to get even better. Most importantly, how to make sure to hit both your grapple and your push. We'll start with the easier of the two, making your push count. To hit your push on a moving EXE, predict their movement. Do not chase him. Cut their path short as they don't expect you to guess where they will be going. When pushing, you can still use jump pads, so use that to your advantage. Hitting your grapple is very important, as it is used for a lot of different things that we covered earlier. To hit your grapple easily, try to do your absolute best to have the EXE in the middle of your screen, as this is when your grapple is the most consistent. It has a janky aim system, so you want to do everything in your power to make each grapple shot useful.